Ladies, do not hang out with insecure women. They are trouble, they are problematic. You will find yourself in situations that you did not ask for. Do not hang out with insecure women, insecure people. Reason being is that you may always find yourself being sized up. Have you ever gotten the feeling that you're around someone who doesn't really care for you? They just want to drain the life out of you. They want your help, but if you help too much, they have a problem with you. You accidentally made them feel dumb in some way, and now they're trying to take revenge out on you. When it comes to dealing with insecure people, hanging out with people who do not feel fulfilled or they feel insecurity, when you're around them, they will resent you simply for trying to help them, even if they ask you for help. I'll give you a perfect example. I recently had a situation of a young lady. She asked me a question, and I guess I answered her in a little bit too self-assured way. So after I answered her question, she proceeded to explain to me, yeah, I thought this because I thought that, and I thought this, and I thought that. And I went ahead and explained to her the details of what she was asking me, and I further explained why what she was saying was wrong and gave her the right answer. Again, she asked me for help. I gave her the answer, and as I'm speaking, she's looking at me, and walking away. Like, okay, whatever. When women feel like another woman has made them look dumb in some way, their mood and their attitude will completely change up on you. It's as if you being too assured of what you're saying or what you're doing is somehow a threat to them. This is part of the reason why women really can't be close friends. If you have not formed that bond early in life, as in childhood, college, high school, trying to form friendships with women as an adult, as a woman in your 20s and your 30s, it can almost seem impossible because a lot of women operate from insecurity. And when they deal with other women who are not insecure, even if they initially like you, that's a weird dynamic because some women, they can start off admiring you, they can start off liking you, they can start off asking you for help, appreciating your help, but the more you tend to help them, the more they tend to resent you and grow jealous and envious of you. When you start doing things that shed a light on what they lack, they're going to no longer see you as being supportive. Now they see you as the competition. That's why you don't want to hang out with insecure women, insecure people in general. Simply because when you begin to help them, they start secretly competing with you. Suddenly, they'll ask you, can you do my hair? I like how you do hair. And then they'll start doing things like, oh, I know how to do my own hair. Oh, I know how to do this. I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. And it's only because you taught them. See, people who are secretly jealous or grow to be jealous or envious of you over time, people who suddenly feel like they have to shape shift into something else to compete with you, they will take all of the knowledge, all of the insight, all of the opportunity that you gave them and try to use it against you. It's called resentment. And that's why sometimes it's better off not to help people. I know for some of us, especially some of us who are spiritual and just being in your feminine, you might be more nurturing. But if you go through enough things and you realize that the more you help people, the more they resent you, you begin to just back off and let people do them. And that's even when it comes to female friendships, especially trying to foster relationships with other women. It's this whole, saying that, you're a girl's girl and things like that. And the more I think about it, I don't know if I really am a girl's girl. And I say that because being a girl's girl, sometimes that involves going along with things that you don't really agree with. That involves going along, hyping somebody up, even when they're in the wrong. And that's another thing that you will see with insecure people. The moment that you don't hype them up on something that's negative or hype them up on something that's petty, they don't want to have anything to do with you. And that's no sweat off of your back, because you're not trying to hang out with somebody who you have to tiptoe around their feelings anyway. And if you hang out with insecure women, you will find yourself having to constantly tiptoe around their thoughts, their feelings, and their emotions. Because when they grow resentful and envious of you, they will begin to not be able to receive from you. It goes from being admiration to now you think you know everything. Now you think you're better than me. Now you think that somehow I need you for something, when they very well need you oftentimes. See, these people, especially women who are insecure, they like to have direct access to other women who can do things to amplify themselves. And then when they get what they get from you, they want to dismiss you and act like you haven't done anything. And that's another reason why some women choose not to have friends. Some women choose to have more guy friends, or they just choose to be by themselves, simply because a lot of women can be very shady in that way. Even when they ask for your opinion, if it is not the opinion that they want, they will come against you as if you have cut them to the root of their womanhood, as if somehow you're trying to make yourself seem like you're elevated. But see, people who are insecure, they elevate you. It's not that you elevate yourself. They do it by how they respond to you. Women who don't know how to receive from other women, they are setting themselves up to continue to be low-level women. When you're a woman who understands that other women can actually offer you something that will help you to level up, help you to become better, help you to grow in your womanhood, especially when you're dealing with a wise woman, a woman who has lived through some things, a woman who is accomplishing things, you don't see her as a threat to your womanhood. You see her as someone who can assist you and help you along the way. But insecure women don't see it that way. All they see is that you made me feel dumb, you made me look stupid, and now I don't like you. This young lady, she wouldn't even give me the opportunity to finish my sentence. She's like, yeah. As if it did something to her ego because I was telling her the right thing. She needed my help. And that really gets to women who are insecure, when they know they need you for something and yet they don't like you. They'll try to take everything that you gave them and start competing with you. And you even see this when it comes to business, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to relationships. Women will take all of the advice that you gave them and then turn around and act like you're the enemy. And that's why sometimes allowing people to figure things out on their own, not sometimes, oftentimes, allowing people to figure things out on their own is best. You would think being so helpful, being so kind, being so sweet, that would make people want to gravitate to you more and appreciate you more. But the older and more mature you get as a woman, the more you realize that oftentimes it does the opposite. People appreciate what they don't have. People appreciate what they've lost. So if you cut direct access from yourself and that woman, she will realize that, okay, maybe she really was a friend to me. Maybe she really was looking out for my best interests. There are many women who have cut off good women from their life to hang out with women who are at the bottom of the barrel. They're hanging out with women who will help them destroy their careers, destroy their relationships, destroy whatever opportunities they have coming their way, simply because they're threatened by the women who can actually help them to level up. That is not wise. That is being foolish. And when it comes to this piece of resentment and the less you do for people, the more they appreciate you, you even see this in relationships, specifically relationships with men. Let me sip some of my coffee. The more you do for a man, the more he will resent you. It's because you're showing him that you can do more than what is perceived that he can do. Even though you might be well-intentioned, for men, I completely believe in letting them figure it out. Because anytime you try to backlead or try to assist in some way, that is a sure way for people to resent you. So when it comes to men as women, especially when you lean it into your femininity, you do not want to, how can I say it, try to backlead a man. Let him do what he has to do. Let him fall if he has to. And if he consults you, give him your opinion, but then back off. Don't try to lead the situation. Bitterness, resentment, jealousy, envy, all those things tend to grow in people when they start feeling like you're a know-it-all and somehow you're trying to override their decisions, their life, or sometimes they even try to convince themselves that you're competing with them. You see this with jealous, insecure women. You could have been the best friend to this woman, the best niecey, the best cousin to your auntie, the best niece to your aunt, the best cousin. And the moment you start helping a little bit too much, now they're turning on you. Now they're acting like every time I turn around, you're trying to tell me something like, I don't know, like I don't know, like I don't know. And the thing about these people is that they will continuously come to you and then compete with you over the thing that they're coming to you for. They will ask you for relationship advice and then proceed to be shady and put down your relationship. They will come to you about job opportunities and then proceed to put down the job you're at, put down whatever you're doing. Women can be very weird in that way, where they want the knowledge, they want the game, as they say, but then they put you down once you give it to them. I guess, and I know this is what it is, and this is something you have to be aware of too as women. Insecure women do not like a tone of confidence. They don't like a tone, they don't like a body posture of confidence. If you speak too confidently, if you speak and you stand too boldly, they don't like it. Women who are insecure like to deal with other women who are insecure because it makes them feel comfortable. And when you are not that, even though you are no threat to them, you are not thinking about them, you are not competing with them, they will suddenly start competing with you. And it has nothing to do with looks. It has nothing to do with, whether or not you did something to them. It has everything to do with where they are in life and how they perceive themselves. This is why I always stress for women having self-love, having, for me, a relationship with God, and making sure you know who you are so that nobody else can convince you that you're not that girl. But women who do not operate on that same kind of vibe, they don't understand that having a confident posture, having a confident stance, being assured of what you know, that is not prideful, that is not conceited, and that is not putting other people down. That's being a woman. That's operating in that queen energy. But women who are insecure, if they're going to be in your circle of influence, in your sphere of influence, if they're going to be in your circle, in your life, you might find yourself butting heads with them because every time you say something, it's your tone. It's the way you said it. You just think. Projection is a major thing with insecure women. And at one time or another, I believe all women will experience being insecure. So I am not speaking or putting down those women who deal with being insecure. All women go through those things from time to time. All women feel insecure about something from time to time. It's those toxic, negative women, those women who like to spread their misery to others and not deal with themselves, whom I am speaking about. If you are the kind of woman who is trying to do better for herself, if you are trying to level up, if you are enjoying your life and confidently being you, you cannot afford to surround yourself with women who want to stop you from being you and compete with you every step of the way. It's very exhausting. It's very draining. Especially those women, and one of the telltale signs that you're dealing with a woman who's insecure and she's somehow threatened by you is that she will always ask you for help, but also throw shade in the process. She will ask you for help with her clothing choices. She will ask you for help with money. She will ask you for help with everything while still trying to put you down. And I say trying because that's if you allow it. See, women who are truly leveled up, confident, and wise, we don't surround ourselves with people who are going to drain our feminine energy and then try to still get in our good graces, but throw shade in the process. Number one, you don't let people drain your feminine energy. What do I mean by that? Being feminine, being a woman, you're more soft in nature, you're more delicate, you can be strong, you can be resilient, but as far as mentally, you just cannot handle dealing with chaos, drama, and a lot of toxic behavior all the time. And women who are insecure, they like to latch on to women who are hyper feminine or on their feminine journey and suck that energy right from them. You might be asking, why would they want to do that? Because a woman being in her feminine energy, she realizes how she's meant to operate as a woman, and that doesn't include a whole lot of drama, toxic behavior, and unnecessary stress. And women who are leeches in that way, they want to gain direct access to you so they can suck the energy from you because they're insecure. They know that. They see you operating in a more calm nature. They see you being more confident, more hopeful. If you're a woman of faith, they see how your faith is growing and how you trust God more. And they don't like that because they don't operate that way. And instead of trying to learn from you, instead of trying to be around you and ask genuinely for your help or just be in your company as a friend, they can't do it. Because everything you do and say will cause something on the inside of them to want to compete with you. If you say you're going to be going out to a restaurant, suddenly they're going to be going to a restaurant. If you're suddenly saying you're going back to school, now all of a sudden they have the urge to go to school. And while there's nothing wrong with a woman getting inspiration from another woman, I have said that before, there is something exhausting. Even for a woman who is not jealous of another woman, you will get very exhausted at hearing people constantly trying to one-up you and feel like they're competing with you over the most simplest things. You even have women, and this is another reason why you don't want to be around women who are insecure, especially when you have overcome that and you're on your level up, you're on your feminine journey, you're just being a woman in your feminine energy, in your queen energy. You don't want to be around women who are constantly looking for things to compete with you about, even those things that don't matter. You have women who want to compete over who went through the most drama, who had the roughest childhood, who had the hardest time with men, who had the most struggles. For me, you can tell when a woman is not really thriving in her womanhood, in her femininity, in her life, when she is competing with you over struggle, when she feels like somehow she's better than you because she suffered more. For some reason, and it might sound weird to say, some women actually enjoy suffering. They see it as a badge of honor. And a lot of times it's because they've been groomed to think like and to act like men. While I don't equate suffering to masculinity, but there's something about men when they work hard and they do things and, they kind of went about it the hard way, but they got it done. That's like a pride piece for them. That's like a badge of honor. But for a woman, to me, in my opinion, that's the height of stupidity. When you have an easier way to do something and you choose to do things the hard way, and then you're going to sit there and try to glorify it as if it's somehow a badge of honor, that's just showing that you are a woman who glorifies struggle and you like it that way. Feminine women, elevated women, women whose mindset has changed from the struggle bus to doing better, you don't elevate things like that. And if you surround yourself with insecure women, they are going to have an issue with you if you're talking about how now you're working smarter, not harder. You decided that you don't want to exhaust your body. You don't want to drain your beauty. You want to focus on your beauty. You want to focus on your health. You want to focus on your home life. And trudging around like a lumberjack really doesn't appeal to you anymore. They're not going to like you. So when it comes to being around women, you want to make sure that you are assessing your circle to make sure you are not surrounding yourself with insecure women who are going to try to hold you back and bring you right down to where they are. This is not for women who are struggling with something. This is for those women who are intentional about trying to bring other women down simply because they are insecure. They are not the kind of women you want to deal with. Who wants to deal with a woman who's always competing with them about even the most minute things? It's like, okay, I got my shirt from Nordstrom's. Oh, well, I got my shirt from Gucci. Oh, I went to the mall and got this. Okay, what was the point of saying that? It's like those little petty interactions that you will have. If you have enough of those over time, You will find yourself being exhausted and feel like, you know what, this friendship is not for me. This, acquaintanceship is not for me. I'd rather just be on my own. I think I've told you all before where I actually had to cut off a friendship because every time we spoke, this person was taking little shots at me, about where I went to church, about what I wore, because I started dressing a little bit more modestly and things like that. For a while, I would wear head wraps, and I still wear my head wraps from time to time. But this person started coming at me as if, oh, you're doing this because of that. You're trying to be like these people. You're trying to be like them. Things about my relationship. If I gave more attention to that, then it's like, oh, how old are you? How old are you? Why are you acting that way? Simply because I wanted to put my family first. Women who are insecure and not fulfilled in their own lives, they will come at your life with the vengeance. They will suddenly become scholars at studying your life and scrutinizing and shading you every moment they get. That's not grown women kind of vibes. When you are more matured and when you actually start to enjoy your life and love your womanhood, you want to be around other women who do the same thing. And we all go through struggles. We all go through challenges. We're all not walking around like just happy times all the time. But being unhappy from time to time and being insecure, that is completely two different things. An insecure woman will absolutely ruin another woman if she can leech onto you and drain your energy and drain your spirit. Don't allow yourself to hang around insecure women, or else you will become just like them, or you'll be caught up in drama, issues that you didn't even ask for. Save yourself. All right? Like and subscribe to this channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.